Vincent,
Yes.
we are here in the Tenderloin,
Yes.
San Francisco.
Uh-huh.
You're homeless. Tell me
Yes.
about it. And you might need to speak up because of the traffic.
Okay, I'll try. My voice is going out on me for some reason. Yesterday started. I've been homeless now since 2017. It was kind of a crappy situation, fight with the landlord, lost my place, and I don't think at the time I gave it the seriousness of attention it deserved, to sort of get myself back into housing and off the streets, because I didn't realize what a quagmire the streets were. I didn't realize how they sucked you in and kept you there, because it's like crabs in a bucket trying to get out of the streets. So in 2017, I was 2 quarters away from having my Doctor of Chiropractic and legally diagnosing patients in California for musculoskeletal disorders, chiropractic subluxations. And now I'm, fighting for some clean socks homeboy gave me, and just trying to keep my head above water. And it's very, very, the difficulty is unreal. So
Now, you said something very interesting, and you used the crabs in a bucket. I don't mean to laugh, but it is. We don't make it. When I say we, social services, we don't make it easy for people to get the help they need.
Social services have been great. What I mean by crabs in a bucket, particularly, is that there's no camaraderie among the homeless. You don't make friends. You might find a few gems. Like, you'd be really lucky to get 1 or 2 people, and I would say there's 1 or 2 people that I've met in the entire year and a half, or however long it's been now, because I've lost track of time, that I trust. And by trust, that's even a different term than I meant in my prior life. Like, now trust means if I left my stuff with you, and you had it 3 days later, that would be like kind of miraculous level of trust.
Everybody out here is on survival mode.
They're on survival mode. Like most homeless people, I'd say the majority, at least in the loin, are drug addicted or mentally ill, or both, usually both. But the drug addicted, it's different with every drug, but like, you would never leave an item with a heroin addict because they get sick every day, and they'll sell whatever they have to get
Or they'll forget it there, they'll nod out, and somebody else
will take it. Yeah. But that's what I meant by crabs in a bucket, is that the hardest thing for me is, because I want to work, and I try to keep working, and then I lose the shit that people steal from me, and it's my cell phone, which has been walked off with because I try and help people with it, because it's still sort of ingrained in me. But if you can't let anybody touch your cell phone, ever. That's kind of a rule on the street. That's the rule.
Right.
And I had to learn it the hard way because I'm dumb. 4 times, people walked off with my phone, and that's it. And then, how do you work? Like, for me, I do Uber, or I do delivery, or I do everything. It's phone-based, gig work.
But it's still not enough to pay for rent.
Oh, I don't even think about rent. I'm sorry, that's not even like a thought right now. Like, I'm not even thinking about housing. I'm just like trying to have a stable income. Like, housing is. There was a point where I was doing that sort of drift in the line, sewing that sort of stitching my way back in, and that was when I had the car and I could work as much as I wanted, and I was able to start staying in an Airbnb, and sort of making it. I was so goddamn close to just getting back in. I had the Airbnb room set up that was going to go to a permanent room, $900 a month, which isn't bad here in the Bay. The place
That's great, actually.
Yeah, it was right over the bridge in Oakland where I was before. I had lost my place there. I had a rent-controlled apartment there for $1,100. That was beautiful, and I wish I had held on to that better.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sounds like it.
fighting my way back in, and the car got towed. And San Francisco has a $650 release your car fee, which they waive if you're a first-time offendee.
Right.
Not waive, but
then you were living in your car too, right? Combination of the Airbnb and your car.
Right. And at the time I had gone from the Airbnb, I was sort of getting full-time back in the Airbnb, but then I needed to make when I was going to transition it to a regular full-time place, I needed some more money to put down deposit. So I took a month off to live in my car again, because I knew I could do that because it's easy.
Save up,
and then get that place permanently. And I was parked right on the street here where this gentleman met me, and didn't realize it was a 7 a.m. tow zone. It was a rental car that I was using for work. They do give a discount for rental cars. They give a discount if it's your first time. They give a discount if you have EBT. Okay, I have all 3 of those things. I didn't get a single discount. They said that the car was a car share, not a car rental. They said that it doesn't matter if it was my first time. It had to be the owner's first time since I wasn't the owner. And what was the other one? The EBT, whatever it was. It didn't apply.
And that's how you ended up street homeless.
And that's when you go from car homeless, which is not homeless at all, to street homeless, which is hardcore homeless. So that's the world of difference.
I'll argue that mobile homeless is still homeless.
I'll take that.
I believe homelessness is is absence of choice. So if you're staying in an RV and you don't have a choice, or if you're staying in a car and you don't have a choice, or you're staying on the sidewalk and you don't have a choice, that's homelessness.
I'll say that I agree with you there, and as a matter of degree, the choices that I had in the car versus the choices that I have on the street.
Exactly.
You're
You're safer. You're able to get around a little bit. You got a place for your belongings. Can lock up. Yeah.
And the other thing is that other people don't view you as homeless. Like there's a distinction that's drawn when you're in a car. People, like, other homeless don't notice you. And
interesting.
And when you're on the street with them, putting your head on the sidewalk with them, then you're subject to the rules that they're subject. So then you're a part of that that spectrum, and you're part of that prey if someone's a shark.
So you're saying social services has been good to you, but they haven't gotten you into housing. Tell me about social services being good. How have they helped you? Because you're still here.
Yeah, I'm still here. I keep starting the ball rolling with them. I don't even know what the process is entirely about getting into an SRO. It just doesn't excite me that much. I keep thinking I can work my way out of it, and I keep finding myself deeper in this pit, which is
Get help.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Get knock on any door, whether it's social services or whatever.
Yeah.
Get any door. You got to get out of here, bro.
Yeah, and then it gets harder and harder because where do you mail your license to? Where bank account? You can't open a bank account without an address.
Well, it's tough to get a job when you don't know if you're going to have a shower.
I just got a job, but they wanted, so these 3 things that I finally got in place this year took me all year. This is the biggest accomplishment of the year. My license, a bank account, and a debit card. The debit card is still trying to get that finished up, but having.
So you're working right now?
Yeah. Well, I am working right now, but so I'm doing bike delivery. I just finished up another car rental thing. I'm trying to do bike delivery.
You're hustling.
As much as I can, but I've never begged yet, and it still is kind of a hard bridge for me to cross, like mentally.
I was there.
Yeah,
for me, it was pushing a shopping cart. The day I pushed a shopping cart was the day that I had to accept I was homeless.
Oh yeah. I've slept. I'm looking at some concrete tonight.
God.
But it's like I have $1.60 in my PayPal account, and I have an overcharge on my bike. I rent the bikes to work, and that overcharge is like $10. So I'm $9 short of being able to rent another bike to be able to work during the bonus hours that pay 2 to 3 times as much, and you get a $10 bonus every 4 deliveries. But I can't get a bike. I can't pay $2 for the bike because I have $10 overdraft on it. So it's now I got to come up with money without being able to work. To be able to work, it's the catch-22 that kills. It sucks. I've been like sleeping on the sidewalk for 2 nights because of that. I came in from Oakland. I was in an encampment in Oakland, in a tent.
If you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
3 wishes? Finishing that debit card's a big one. I want to see my son. I haven't seen my son. Sorry.
No, are you okay?
Yeah. Just
I'm more worried about you. Don't be apologizing to me. The emotions got to you?
All right.
I've been asking the 3 wishes questions for 700 plus interviews, and you're the second person in a row who got emotional. Was it the question, or was it just the whole interview and bringing stuff up?
I guess it's probably a combination. Never, I don't get emotional very often lately, so it's twice now this happened in the past year and a half. So I don't know. It's probably the lack of. All right.
It's okay, man.
Probably the lack of control. So I haven't seen my son. My son is.
It was
my
the
son will
thought
be
of your
6.
son that brought it up. Yeah. Okay.
My son will be 6 in July 23rd, and I haven't seen him since he's, been 5 and a half, 5. Sorry, before he turned 5. It's been like a year now. It's not a year I wanted to miss.
It's tough not seeing your kids.
And he had to, him and his mother had to be relocated to Alabama, so they're far away. And I've been working my ass off to try and get this wrapped up and get over there. So, like I said, difficulty of getting things together when you don't have an address and and people are stealing your shit all the time. It's fucking hard.
Crabs in a bucket.
Crabs in a bucket. Everybody's climbing over each other's backs, but not getting anywhere. And so the last time I broke down like this was because I went over to the services, and I was going there for something. I don't even remember what I was going there for, but the counselor suggested that I get some general assistance benefits again, which is cash benefits.
Yeah.
Which I already got them when I first lost my job like a year ago, and I didn't think he'd get them twice. I didn't apply for them ever again.
Yeah.
I didn't think So when the doctor was like, we're gonna approve you for service again, I had the same sort of reaction because we're just overwhelmingly emotionally responsive.
Right. Well, Vincent, I know you cut yourself and you're headed up to the hospital. So I thank you very much for taking the time to speak with me and sharing a little bit of your life.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry to be so emotional.
Oh my gosh. Don't be apologize. Never apologize for being yourself. Most people walk around with a mask and don't let it out. So
yeah, especially out here.
You have courage, man, and my respect. So you'll make it out here.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you.
Take care.